So when all was said and done in the courts, there were a few harsh realities that I could not let go. I had to keep fighting. I worked hard at Goodyear, and I was good at my job. But for years and years, with every paycheck I received, I got less than what I earned, less than what I deserved, and less than what I was entitled to under the law. But because Goodyear succeeded in keeping it a secret, 5 justices of the Supreme Court of the United States said it didn't matter. Well, let me tell you, it matters to me. It even matters to me to this very day. The discrimination continues to persist in my life. My pensions and my Social Security are all based on what I earned while working for Goodyear. So the company gets to keep my extra pension money as a reward for breaking the law and covering it up long enough to satisfy a narrow majority on the Supreme Court. My court case is over now. Goodyear will never have to pay me what I'm owed. In fact, I will never see a cent from my case. In fact, after the Supreme Court ruling, Goodyear billed me for $3,165 of printing costs for the Supreme Court. I never saw the bill. My attorneys sent it to the media and to some law schools, so I've never heard from it. But because of the work of thousands of people and organizations, the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act is now law, and protections against pay discrimination have at least been restored to what they were. I know that my daughters and my granddaughters and your daughters and your granddaughters will get a better deal than I got. That's what made the fight worth fighting, and one we could not give up. But if we really want to make fair pay a reality, we can't stop with the passage of my bill. We need to strengthen the Equal Pay Act and bring it up to date. It was passed almost 50 years ago, after all. The Paycheck Fairness Act, which has been introduced in both houses of Congress, is the way to do it. It will close some loopholes in the old law, improve remedies for equal pay violations, and keep employers from punishing employees for sharing salary information with their co-workers, among other things. I hope you'll all make sure that this bill passes. In the months and years to come, the fight for fair pay will go on. I'm going to be there every step of the way, working with people like you to make sure that fair pay becomes a reality for every working woman. Thank you all for all you've done. Thank you for honoring me today. I appreciate all the comments that people have shared with me, because that's why I could not give up. And I got permission from Ann to tell you one quick story, and I have a lot of them. And being a Southern girl, I can really deliver a good story. But the day that the bill passed the Senate, and we knew that the president was already elected and he would sign it because he had been original co-sponsor of the bill, I went up by train to New Jersey from Washington to do an AAUW function at our college. The ladies put me in a hotel, and they said, now when you go down for breakfast, you just sign the ticket, and we're picking up the fee. I said, okay. So the next morning, I'm in having my breakfast, and I place my order, and I open up the Wall Street Journal for that weekend, and there was my picture on the bottom of page 3, and a huge article about the bill, and the waitress picks up on, yeah, that's me. And then she wants to know the story, and of course I don't miss an opportunity to share it. So I tell her my story, and I keep waiting for my bill, and finally I say, you know, I really got to go. These people are picking me up. And she said, your bill's been paid. I said, who? She pointed at herself and the other waitress. They paid for my breakfast. My breakfast was $12.50, plus I should have gotten a tip. And they took that money out of their pocket and paid for that. The next morning I get off the elevator and there stands the housekeeping folks. Of course it's on a weekend and they're not too heavily staffed, but there's the housekeeping people and they're wanting to shake my hand and ask if I could hug my neck. Sure, because they already knew who I was. I have breakfast again and again, no bill. And I said, look, these AAUW ladies, they've got lots of money. Let's let them. But when I got tired, or when I thought maybe I need to slow up, I think about those stories. Thank you.